find that everyone will be enjoying because claims are paid within a short time, accidents are paid, and many other things. So I want to say that digitalization, as I close, it's a model where you can see that it's going to give us value. The emerging gains, we are seeing them. And from the pandemic, I believe that we've gone, every country, every industry has really operationalized a digital. Without that, you cannot even succeed in business.
Thank you very much, Evans, for your insightful information regarding COMESA Yellow Card. The efficiency is really applauded, and I think we all need to go digitization. Eric, Trademark Africa has done a lot in the African region. Please tell us more in terms of what you have done in the digitization space.
Okay, thank you. So this is what I'll say. I think we've had the conversation from the previous panel, and the journey for how trade corridors are becoming more digital is one that starts from what you would call a two-stop border post to a one-stop border post, and now the question of no-stop border post. So from Trademark Africa's perspective, which we are fairly synonymous with border posts based on the work we've done in the last decade or more, out of the 21 countries that covers COMESA, Trademark Africa operates in 11 countries. And in these 11 countries, currently we run over 50 digital projects for automation of trade processes, re-engineering of trade processes, and more importantly, when you think about regional initiative, enabling cross-border information exchange. And why is the vision or the ambition towards a no-stop border or non-stop border post today is one that is driven by having efficient trade corridors that are powered by digital technologies. So for example, for the cases of logistics, movement of cargo is important, and therefore the reasons why you have a lot of challenges along trade corridors is mainly associated with risks. Therefore, digital technology enables trade to be much more efficient or effective, where you leverage tech to de-risk the issues that are causing the apprehension, especially at borders. And I'll give a few examples. So some of the work that we've done in East Africa, for example, for the COMESA countries along the Northern Corridor, is we've worked with the revenue authorities to establish customs-to-customs information exchange. So this enables cargo to move from one country to another, where advanced information is made available in the second country and the third country, with the need of reducing the intervention at the border. And this is work that is ongoing. So one of the initiatives I will talk about, of course, is the customs-to-customs information exchange. That is paramount not only for the one-stop border post today, but also the future that we are looking at, where we are thinking about no-stop borders. The other components that are fundamental for the future that we are all pursuing to keep improving how trade operates in the continent and more so in the COMESA countries is one where you are able to have all the operators at national level optimally connected with each other, and operators across the borders are able to connect and exchange. Whether you're looking at payments or you're looking at customs processes, as well as movement of people, which is fundamental for enabling information exchange. So some of the initiatives that we have been working on include national initiatives for automation of processes. In Kenya, we work with almost all the key government agencies that are involved in trade, as well as the other countries that we work in COMESA region. And some of the fascinating initiatives that we've seen that attempt to build or bridge connection within the COMESA region is we have initiative between the Zambian customs and the Kenyan customs, for instance, where they're also looking at how can they exchange information despite not being contiguous or connected with each other. Apart from that, from the Trademark East Africa point of view, soft issues also remain to be paramount. There's a question of digital trade policies. We know the CFTA has been able to come together and set up the digital trade protocol that with the countries that cover COMESA will be able to benefit from this protocol, and therefore there's a lot of work around policy that could also enable a smooth information exchange that is paramount for enabling trade across borders. And that is essential. The other thing that, of course, remains paramount is availability of connectivity, especially at critical points along trade corridors. This cannot be overemphasized. It does not only enable big transactional big traders, but also small traders. So, for example, if you're at a border and you're attempting to facilitate trade between any two borders that you'll think of, and you're trying to see how will you enable the small traders to participate effectively in trade using digital technology. So some of the capabilities, of course, if you're setting up a simplified trade regime, for instance, for that small trade that is crossing that border, is there connectivity for the small trader and such consideration among others here?
Thanks, Eric. Lucy, the only lady in our panel today, in your space of commodity trading, just tell us what you've been able to do in terms of supporting trade here.
Thank you so much. In terms of commodity trading, we are a state corporation that deals with trading of commodities and ensuring food security and strategic reserves for essential commodities. So one of the main issues why government goes into trading is to ensure that its citizens access or have food on the table. That is a key agenda for most governments or all governments, entities, and state corporations come into trading to ensure that there's constant supply and stable market prices for these commodities. So with the digitization, we find that when commodities or farmers produce agricultural commodities, the state agencies mop up because there is excess, and when there's a shortage, the state trading agencies do importation of these commodities. So with the digitization and procurement processes, we find that digitization has made the procurement process to be more efficient. And one of the major advantages we are having when we are having e-procurement platforms is that entities or state corporations or nations are able to have a clear and efficient supplier management systems, the supplier of the commodities, and countries or nations are able to do demand forecasting because all the information we need can be accessed through a platform. So you find that with the e-procurement, we are now able to do trend analysis. We are now able to do trend analysis and even weather projections. And even we have patterns of countries, the production in various countries. And we are able to plan on how fast we can procure to save on costs or resources. We also are able to monitor movements of these commodities through digitization, because if you are importing, you are able to track from the time you are placing your order to the time the shipment is coming, to the time it is being cleared, and it is also mapped to the warehouse in which the commodities are going to. So for us, digitization is really of great help, especially for trading state corporations. And we are able also to improve on our collaboration with each other. That is, if Kenya is trading with Zambia, we are able to put in place mechanisms which can secure for us the stores we want at a particular time and at a particular price. So from where I'm seated, with optimal logistics, that is in terms of the shipping process of these commodities and the last mile, we find that digitization has made our work easier, whereby on the first mile, we are liaising with the shipping lines to ensure the products arrive on time. And on the last mile, we have our local road transport, which can ensure that these products reach the citizens who are located remotely, and they really need these products on the table.
Thank you. My last panelist, who is the most important person, because without him we can't move our goods. In terms of freight forwarding and cargo tracking, what can COMESA learn from the Northern Corridor experience, and what have you done?
Thank you, moderator. Allow me first of all to thank COMESA Business Council and the COMESA Secretariat for inviting AFCAC to be part of COMESA structure meetings. We thank you very much. That's on behalf of the Secretary General who could not be here with us today. For those of you who might not have heard about AFCAC, AFCAC is the acronym of the African Civil Aviation Commission, a specialized agency of the African Union in charge of aviation matters on the African continent. We coordinate aviation matters, of course, to fulfill our work. We work with RICS, and that's why COMESA has incorporated us into their structures to do our work. So what has been done at AFCAC to support the movement of freight by air? Let's take an example of two states in the Trade Guided Initiative, the ACFTA GTI, Ghana and Kenya. If you were to transport the goods between Kenya and Ghana, how long would it take you from the Indian Ocean all the way to the Atlantic Ocean? So we are trying to put up a feasible air transport mechanism that can fly all these participating states. So what we have done at AFCAC, from the continental level, we have grouped the three flagship AU flagship pillars. That is ACFTA, the African Continental Free Trade Area, and the Single African Air Transport Market, together with the Free Movement Protocol. These are the critical pillars that will allow the continent to connect. So we launched an initiative called SATAM Pilot Implementation Project, SATAM PIP, where we went into the study that was done in 2021 for the continent about the benefits of the single African air transport market, the challenges, and the enablers. So we get together the executives of the three flagship project secretariats, and then we engage with the RICS and the states. So we explain to advocacy, this is what states should be done. For example, a month ago, we were with COMESA Secretariat and the CBC in Lusaka, Zambia. So where we engage the state of Zambia to implement these initiatives in aviation. So, because when you see the aviation, it's an enabler for everything, for trade. So we explained to the executives, because some of these policies that are designed are not implemented by the government agencies. No, it's the private sector. So we call upon the private sector to engage and try to ask the government to reduce the charges, taxes, and fares to allow aviation industry to succeed.
Thank you. Thank you. So a call to action. Each one of you, I'm giving you 1 second. what would be that call to action, the next step? I'll start with you, George.
I think that for the rest of COMESA, borrowing from what we have learned here, I think it is important that those corridors get the buy-in of the stakeholders. If the stakeholders understand what is going to be achieved, it is easy to implement.
Thank you.
And I think the second thing is that do a gradual rollout. Sometimes you're in too much of a hurry. Pick what are the quick kills that you can have. Do it well so that you create confidence amongst people, and then the rest will follow up.
Thank you. Evans?
Thank you. Thank you. Apart from digitalization, I want to say that there's so much that should be done for us to succeed as COMESA Yellow Card. One, all the insurance regulatory authority of all the member countries should be involved to market COMESA Yellow Card and put laws that is going to ensure that the citizens of these countries, they are protected, because there's no need of buying a fake certificate, no need of buying a local insurance, and yet that's a foreign country. Secondly, we need also to look at how, as a country, as a COMESA, how we can be able to create education, marketing, and creating awareness. All of us, we must be able, as member country, to create awareness at the border point and also at home, so that the citizen understand the value of COMESA Yellow Card. Without doing that creating of awareness, we may not be able to give value to members. Even now, many populations do not know that when you go to another country, you need a yellow card. They go to the border, then they start struggling there. So awareness is important, and I'm happy the CEO COMESA Yellow Card is there, and your strategic plan 2026, 2030, I've seen it has a lot of marketing and a lot of digitalization as we move forward. So let's work together. Let's support the COMESA Secretariat as government so that we can grow the regional integration and also help the people and business across the border point.
Thank you. Thank you. Eric?
Yeah, thanks. I'll just mention three quick things. One is, let's sustain the ambition. Let's push the limits. Let's think beyond one border post, one-stop border post, and start thinking about no-stop borders. What does it really mean to achieve that? Secondly is, there's a lot of emerging technology. There's better ways to manage the risks that require us to enforce all these barriers to trade. And thirdly, we should ensure that this journey of advancing regional integration includes everyone, small businesses, as well as young people. Thanks.
Thank you. Lucy?
Thank you. Mine is just to say, let us embrace G2G trading, especially on COMESA platforms, because as governments, when you have a state corporation that is trading, they usually act as a benchmark to the private entities or traders. And you'll find that there's value for money, and the citizen will not be exploited as much. So mine is just to embrace G2G trading on commodities, and we also strengthen the government institutions on trading. Thank you.
Thank you. My last
thank you.
presenter.
Let's implement the three flagship projects. ACFTA, Single African Air Transport Market, Free Protocol Movement. That is, allow visa on arrival or implement free visa, like the minister earlier on said in the morning. This will improve our connectivity. Earlier on, I saw they were saying intra-Africa COMESA trade is 7 and connectivity is 27. Why not? Let's implement these three flagship projects, then we cover the whole continent. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've heard it from the panelists. We know the challenges we are facing. We know the solution. Let's work together to sort them out. Thank you very much. A clap to the panelists.
No questions from the audience?
I don't know whether, we've saved time. So is there any question, one or two questions so that we close? Yes, there's one hand there. And so we have one question. We can ask that one question, then we close. Can you give them the microphone? Stand up so that they see you. Yeah.
It is here. The mic is here.
Can someone help us distributing the microphone, please? We save on time. Oh, there's a mic here. If you can give it out. Just be precise to the question.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. Is it? Thank you very much. I like the test. My name is Maina. I undertake a cross-border advocacy on the AFCFTA on the yellow card insurance scheme. Thank you for that information, but I would just request, are you able to tell us if I want to move with my car from here to, say, Zambia, a Kenyan registered vehicle, what is the process of acquiring that yellow card scheme? Like just a simple process of acquiring that.
Okay,
insurance.
so
Thank
there
you.
was another question there, so we'll take those two questions, then we close. We hand it over to, yeah.
There are more coming up.
Thank you. My name is Ahmed Ali Sak. I'm the Trade Information Desk Officer deployed by COMESA to Moyale border. I want to ask questions on the COMESA certificate of, COMESA yellow card insurance.
We can't hear very well.
Put it close.
Okay, I'm saying I'm Ahmed Ali Sak. I'm the Trade Information Desk Officer deployed by COMESA to Moyale border to facilitate trade. And my question is concerning the COMESA yellow insurance. Moyale border, sometimes at my desk, so many traders, the logistic providers are coming to my desk and asking for services for COMESA yellow insurance because we coexist and share the name COMESA. But you know that COMESA is vast, but sometimes when I call back to different big companies asking for the service, whether they can offer, there is only specific companies of insurance who normally provide. And why is it limited to the rest of the other companies? And should it not be cascaded to the rest of intermediaries who are the agents who are available at the border? Thank you.
So Evans, I think they are your questions on
Yes, I can see you are listening and I'm happy. Let me start with the process of getting a COMESA yellow card. COMESA yellow card is a secondary insurance cover. For you to be given a COMESA yellow card, you must have a local insurance cover by either Britam, Jubilee, or another insurance. When you want to go to Zambia, my brother, you walk to Jubilee, you tell them, because according to the local insurance cover, it is only valid within the geographical area of Kenya. You can't move outside. So you go to Jubilee, if it's your insurance, then you seek to be given a yellow card. They will give you a yellow card, specifying where you are going, and that yellow card allows you to travel from Kenya to Djibouti, to Zambia, to Zimbabwe, to Sudan, Uganda, Ethiopia, Eritrea, the 13 countries, without getting any other insurance cover, because it's acceptable every border point. Two, for your issue is that we have, COMESA Yellow Card have developed a USSD, which is 384, star 384, star 254 hash. A USD, which is star 384, star 254 hash. If you walk out and you see a foreign vehicle, even your vehicle, you just use that policemen as police people because they have enabled, they are here, they came and launched that. It will tell you you don't have a valid COMESA yellow card cover. We have a problem, Bwana Moderator, is that sometimes we have MOU across the borders that you can go into Uganda 20 kilometers with your car, and you are not covered, you are risking. That's what we call jirani mwema. We have come up with a resolution that why can't we have local insurance, that's a proposal, extending through the border point, having an MOU for 20 kilometers so that is specified in the policy cover. So that when you are in Busia, you can be able to go and take Ndizi in Buganda. So